College Success Arizona presents Student Stories. The feature of the following story and interview is Hector Trujillo.
So I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona.
And where did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from Alhambra High School in May of 2015, so last year.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20 years old.
And what are you doing so far as your college career?
So right now I'm double majoring in biological sciences with a concentration in biology and society. And my second major is global health.
What do you hope to do as a career?
So my career plans are to go to a physician assisting graduate school after my undergrad and just mainly work as a physician assistant throughout my career. And my second major really kind of plays into one of my goals, and that's to provide primary care and just basic healthcare for underserved communities, and not just in the local areas like here in Phoenix, but possibly around the world and places where healthcare isn't as accessible to families and communities and all that.
Just so I heard you right, you want to be a physician's assistant?
Yes.
And what is motivating you?
What's motivating me? I would say my family. My family is a really big part. Especially my mom. And my dad too, but my mom especially because she's always instilled in me the value of an education, and she's always constantly reminding me almost every day about how I should always continue with my education and work hard and never to give up on what I want in life and all that kind of stuff. So mainly my family, and also those my friends and my teachers and just all these people that show all their support and all their hope in me that I can do this and I can get my education and do what I want, and just mainly my support system is what really motivates me.
Have you always wanted to do something in healthcare or medicine?
Yeah. I've always been really into the whole medical field. In high school, I was involved in the medical magnet program, and that really just got me really excited about going into the medical field. And ever since I was little, all I can remember is just really excited about doing something in the medical field.
And you also are working serving as a volunteer at Cardon Children's Medical Center. I hope I said that right.
Yeah. So I just started recently as a volunteer in one of the patient floors, and so mainly I just work with the kids and serve as a kind of an assistant for anybody on the floor, the nurses, if anybody needs me. Mainly just kind of being part of the environment and the team and just helping out with everyday functions of the floor. So
is that hard to be around? Be around children who are suffering? That must be both. I imagine that must be both full of joy and a lot of sadness.
Yeah. So prior to me starting at Cardon Children's Medical Center, I was a volunteer at Phoenix Children's Hospital for about 3 years. And for 1 year, while I was at Phoenix Children's, I was a playroom volunteer, and I got to play, physically play with the kids that range from trauma, traumatic injuries to just a flu or something. So yeah, I mean, it is sad to see some of the kids like that. But I've learned a lot both at Phoenix Children's and at Cardon's. Being more appreciative and grateful for the health of myself and my family, because I do see there's families there that I've seen that are there for a whole year, or they come and go, and it's just for me it's just a reminder as how grateful I am for being healthy, and because a lot of families unfortunately don't get to have that blessing, and it's it's hard to see these children go through experiences that aren't fair, and it takes away from the childhood, and it definitely is hard to see sometimes.
And just so I understand this, to be a physician's assistant, how close is that in terms of the education requirements to actually becoming an MD?
An MD? So So the differences between a PA, a physician assistant, and a doctor. A physician assistant is 2 years. Some schools they categorize it as a master's program. Others don't. It's just like one of their programs that they have. But it is 2 years, a very intensive, rigorous program, and it's just they have a lot of the same duties as a doctor. But I think it's just like I'm not really quite sure about the some of the things that they do and they don't do. But I know that a doctor, it's 4 years of medical school. It's a lot more work, a lot more money. So I think those are just like kind of the main differences. It's just like the length and like post undergrad and just like the effort and the time and everything.
So you get your 4-year undergrad, then your graduate degree is another 2 years and no residency to be a physician's assistant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. To what I've been told, yeah, it's because you do your clinical rotations in like I think your second year of PA school. So, and I'm not sure if there's a residency, but that I know of that's how it is.
Gotcha. So the main difference with the PA to the MD to be a doctor is you're doing 2 years of school to be a PA. It's 4 years to be the MD, and for sure a pretty good year, 2 year, maybe 3 year residency, depending upon what it is. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
And the I also understand that you're involved with your with a fraternity on the ASU campus.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So I joined my fraternity Tau Omega last year in the fall of November, and it's been amazing being part of my fraternity. The brotherhood that I've become a part of has been such an amazing experience. I've grown close to every single one, and we're a multicultural fraternity, so it's not just Hispanic or Latinos, but it's people from India, people from China, and it's amazing to be a part of so many different cultures because you get to learn more about their own culture and just not just because a lot of us are Latino, but we do have those other brothers that are from somewhere else, and it's really cool to get to learn from their perspective on their culture and everything. So yeah, and I've also the leadership experience that I've been able to have gotten from my fraternity. As I mentioned before, I'm the community service chair for my fraternity, and I'm currently right now planning the Hermosillo. It's a service trip that we do in a border town in Mexico, and I personally have never been to Mexico, so I do get a lot of help from my brothers that have gone there before, and just mainly collecting donations for our service trip, and that's just what I do, is just kind of organize that trip so all of my brothers can, be ready and go down there and help in November. And so, yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but that's just one of my positions right now in my fraternity.
You bet. Absolutely made sense. And you're among the hundreds of students, hardworking students who have earned a scholarship from College Success Arizona, which pays up to $6,000 per year for educational expenses. And it also provides a success advisor or mentor who works with you through college, helping to guide you through some of your personal and academic challenges. Yours, academic advisor, is Robert Davis. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Robert and how he helps you?
So yeah, Robert, I met him last year when I entered when I started school here at ASU, and he's been an amazing advisor for me. He's given me a lot of connections to resources and just a lot of advice for my to my undergrad career. And recently, I've started asking him a lot about studying abroad, and he studied a lot. He studied abroad many times in his undergrad, so it's really helpful to get his insights on how he's changed and how it's really helped him grow as a person and helped him through his undergrad. So yeah, me and Robert, we have a really good relationship. I have a lot of confidence in him to share if I have any struggles in personal or academic life, and he's really understanding. He's just an overall amazing advisor for me.
And can you talk about how the financial aspect of the scholarship has helped ease your money concerns in college?
Yeah, so definitely, college success has helped me not giving me the opportunity to just focus on school and not like getting a job or anything. Because luckily, I don't have to get a job or have to worry about pending dues that I have with the school. Everything's paid for, and I'm grateful for it because it gives me personally the opportunity to do volunteer and be part of my fraternity and do so many other things that I wouldn't possibly be able to do if I had to be worried about my finances and having to pay for school that I know a lot of other people have to worry about. So, yeah, college success has been an immense help relieving my financial stress about school and everything else.
Can you offer some advice to young students, middle school, high school students in Alhambra, where you went to high school, and other places far and wide who may be considering their own college career?
Yeah, so my advice to them would just be to be open-minded. Definitely use your resources because there's so many resources out there from your English teacher to your guidance counselor to nonprofit organizations around Phoenix that are willing to help you that I started to realize I had my senior year in high school when I was, applying to ASU and, having to do the FAFSA application. I didn't know anything about it. So definitely use your resources when you're applying to college because there's so many college prep programs, especially. I was a part of the Aguila Youth Leadership Institute, and that's just a college prep program that it's a unique way, or they're a unique way for them to help students go to college. And it was definitely a resource that I used a lot to help me get to ASU and become the person that I am today through their help. So yeah, that's just one of my main advice to undergrads, and to not be scared and to always be fearless when thinking about doing something. Don't be afraid of failure because you're gonna fail, but it's just in the end, you learn from failure and it's okay because you pick yourself up and you just keep going and keep trying and you can't let anything down, keep you down because you're at a point in your life right now where you have so much potential and you have the time to do what you want to do and whatever you want to study, and so definitely that's my advice to students.
And I understand that you're involved with the Hispanic Coalition on the ASU campus. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I'm involved with El Concilio, the Hispanic Coalition on campus, and I joined last year for the second semester of my freshman year, and now that I'm a sophomore, first semester, I'm the programming director for El Concilio, and it's just given me the opportunity to be a part of the Hispanic population here on campus. Because coming from Alhambra, that school was a majority Hispanic population. And just coming to ASU, it was kind of a culture shock to just kind of not be around people from your culture. And it's a culture shock. And it definitely El Concilio helped me get used to campus life and the environment and the culture and everything here. So it has definitely helped me grow as a person. And right now we're in the middle of our Hispanic Heritage Month, and all throughout the summer, as the programming director, I was able to help participate in the development of the many programs that are happening right now for Hispanic Heritage Month. So it's definitely helped me connect with a lot of different people and resources as well, being the programming director.
Thank you, Hector, for the interview and for working so hard to make a difference in our community.